Hello and welcome to your new card deck. My name is Bernadetta, and I present here to you cards about past lives. This deck is called Your Past Life Story, and it might help you with discovering and healing some issues, or you just use these cards for amusement, just by curiosity. Anything's fine. I don't have any specific way to lay the cards in the deck. And as you will see them, they have different colors, different colors, different groups. But for the moment, we are not going to get too much in details about it. You don't really need to know everything about each card. You just let these cards talk to you. First card here just comes to me to present itself is a card of past life role. The green cards are past life roles. This one was a slave. Just randomly, just to show you. Okay, the pink group is issues with the body. If the body was somehow um, something happened with the body in the past life, sometimes it has a resonance in this life. So you might have physical problems that are not really caused by anything special or anything in your memory in this life. And they have a root in the past lives. I'm a past life regression therapist for a good 20 years and spiritual regression between lives. So I just made these cards from what my clients were coming with, problems that they have today, and how they solved them. And this is another card. That's a card of emotions, this purplish card. And here it is, restlessness. So it's like you can see the cards will be talking to you when you ask them yourself. Then they will talk to you. They give you some answer. It's okay if in the reading it doesn't make any sense for you for the moment. You can always come back to them in a couple of days and ask a question. It's easier if you ask a question, um, simple question, like for example, why do I have why my knee is hurting, and then you lay cards for this issue. Here, this is a group, yellow group, and it's a card of solution. So the yellow cards are cards of solution. The solutions are very often very simple. Like here, this card is say, forgive me. So it's like communicate and mostly communicate your own um, enjoyment and love. So we very often stuck in past lives that we are not really enjoying this life because of the something in the past and maybe even in this life. So it's easy, really easy to come then for the solution of asking, of saying, forgive me. Okay, here this card is say, forgive me. I will show you in a minute an example of reading. Then we have a card, let's say this one, that's a card also solution, sorry. The cards of solution are very light vibration. I'll pick up another one of the body, for example, her head. So it might be like she's got a big hair. Maybe it's something with the hair that you have, and maybe you have headaches, maybe something like this. And it comes from the past life. I'm looking for a card of role. So that's, I call it roles that we played in the past life, which is like this card of the slave. Then there's another one, they are green, and it's merchant. So again, as you look at the card, you let the card really to speak to you. Yeah, if there is something with business that you may be doing in this life, maybe traveling for a purpose of business. Also depends, like really depends very individually how this picture talks to you. These cards, of course, you can use for yourself, you can use it for your friends, you can use it in general reading if you do for people. It doesn't really matter. You will see they will start talking to you. Take your time with them. And here is a blue card that's places where these past lives happened. So here's mountains. So it was somewhere in the mountainy area, isolated, as whatever this card is showing you. So I think that's all. I think that's all we have here. We have places. Here's Australia. Then we have card of solution. Then we have emotional issues like restless or hurt. Then we have body misalignments or body problems. And then we have the people who we were in past lives. So I will just show you just randomly one of the reading how I do that. You don't really need to know like specifically the cards, the meanings of them, what it means to be a slave. All these cards will be they will be talking to you once you hold them in your hand. You will see how they feel and how you shuffle them in the usual way. And then I usually do it like that. I pick up 5 cards or 6 cards and see what story it gives me. So I'll just do it without any question. Or do I do a question, for example, okay, I started talking about the knee, so maybe why the knee is hurting in this life, and does it have to do anything from a past life? So I just pick this card, powerless. So this card, powerless, it's an emotional card. So it makes me powerless, and it made me, something happened there, something was in a past life that made me powerless. Let's put another one to it. This is suffering. So yeah, so these are two emotionally heavy cards, feeling powerless and feeling suffering. It's not a very pleasant way to be, and it comes from a past life where here we have a card of solution. And I'm just like randomly really picking whatever there is for me to know, because sometimes we don't need to know the whole story. Yeah. Sometimes we just need the solution. And here's another card that is emotional and it says betrayed. And towards that, we have a card, forgive me. Let me see. Okay, stomach. So all this betrayal and suffering and powerlessness appears in the stomach. So that might be a bad digestion, or yeah, I don't know, whatever that can be with the stomach. If you have some symptoms of it, some problems with your stomach, then you can see that this came maybe from these past lives. Whatever will we have here? Say sorry and forgive me. See, there are 2 solutions of the same. The same solution in 2 cards. It say I am sorry and say forgive me. So the whether it's a person, it doesn't show me here the person. Okay, it doesn't show me the roles or the place. Well, no, it's just stomach and restlessness. I'm not getting any more of the cards about who you were in the past life or where it was happening. Here is really just an issue with the stomach and with the lungs and restlessness and all these emotional feelings that are going with it, and the cards of solution. People ask me, yeah, but like who do I say sorry, or who should I apologize? And it's really just in your mental state. You maybe have somebody in your life that you want to apologize. It's not necessarily that you have to call and say, I'm sorry. You just connect with them on the, I say, spiritual level, just by thoughts, and maybe replay the scene and say, I'm sorry. And you will see that the solution is really, really simple. We are energetic beings and we communicate energetically. The words are also energy, but the first is the intention. So if you say, okay, I'm gonna forgive her then, and I'm going to apologize because we had in this argument or whatever, from which I feel nowadays the pit in my stomach, then it will make me feel better. Then it might solve the or help the relationship that we have. Okay, as I say here, I don't see any people and I don't see the place. So let's have a look at other reading. Maybe, yeah, I was saying about the knee, but the knee doesn't show up here. So maybe it's just an example for a reading. Yeah, there's a lot of cards. At the beginning, maybe you want to get to know them, but I think for me, it's better to see them in the sentence, like what I'm doing now to show you the reading, how I do the reading. So the easier it is to, the easier to do the reading is really seeing it in the sentence. Yeah. So I'll see another one, just an example. And as you saw, I picked up, I think, 6 cards. So I go with the 6th card. So here it's emotional card, scared. So that's something that came from the past life. You know, like things like phobias and stuff, they come from past life. That's not something that we would invent or experience in this life. These are very, very deep, deeply, yeah, deeply installed issues. And we here we already have a card of a role that we had in the past life or who we were in the past life. So here's a witch, which can also be a healer, but it's a different kind of thing because healer doesn't manipulate, witch also can manipulate, which, yeah, that's, we can see it in the past lives of the people who were a witch in the past life. So, and here's a soldier. So these are 2 different cards. So that's a card of a past life role. And the issue is scared. Do we have anything else here today? Hurt. Yeah. Okay, so something happened there. Usually these past lives are similar, but here I don't see it. I would have to do like a reading, like a proper reading for somebody uh, with the intention. Here I'm just showing you the cards. So here we have head again. So head got affected in the past life, past life of a witch or a soldier, or both. And another one is restlessness. I don't know. I'm picking up all these emotional cards, and do I get a place where this was happening? No, given up. It's another emotional card. Well, it doesn't give us a place. Yeah, and a hermit. Okay, so witch and a hermit and a soldier. They can be. It can even be one life, um, or similar lives. Yeah, which is usually lived somewhere at the outskirts of the village, or even alone. So the hermit also lives alone. But look at the cards. Look at them and see what how they talk to you. And here the head is affected. So do I have a card of solution or not? I already have 6, 7. No. So throat and neck, that's what it gives me as going, that this is an ongoing problem, or it has been. And for the moment, it does not give me a solution. So with the reading like this, I would say, okay, so for you, for the moment, there is something to realize that the throat and the head problems are somehow related to your feelings of restlessness, hurt, scared, and given up, where you were in the past life of soldier, hermit, and witch. So maybe something that you do or something who you are in this life is related somehow to these cards. Either a soldier, that means like you really obeying rules, or hermit, somebody who prefers to be completely alone in this little space, and a witch, like a helper, helping people, or working with plants, or I don't know. Maybe it can be even a farming, like a bee farm or something. Yeah. So for the moment, we don't have a solution. It does not seem to be needing a solution. If the card of the solution needs to be communicated to you, then you will see it there. Okay. And if you really insist on the solution, then, in a couple of days, you can have a look at it again. And do I get a yellow card? Do I get a card that gives me a solution? I don't know. So play with them as you like. do the reading for yourself, for your friends. Sometimes it's easier to do for other people that you don't know their story than to read cards for yourself. Sometimes it's easier because we tend not to want to see some things in the cards. Here is a card of a solution, not of that what I was just doing, but like an example, run. And card of running, like here these cards may uh, like invite you to do some movements. Running, you can imagine that you're moving all your body, and it's really important. You know that when you are not feeling very well, you go for a run or for a walk or something, that the running is really important. Here's another card of the solution, for example, is a hug. This is like we don't really communicate enough um, our our love. So either you need a hug or you need to give a hug. Here is another card of solution, for example, attach body parts. In past lives, when we were missing out, missing our limbs, so something happened to us in the past lives, and without remembering anything in this life, we feel like the body just doesn't function the way I want it. And sometimes it is just to attach the body parts. It's literally like you put your arm on, you put that arm back in the socket and the head back on the neck and so on. Here's another card of solution, which is enjoy. So this is really a simple card. You know, sometimes we are stuck um, in uh, in the loop of complaining and not appreciating and just like that, and the simple way of just enjoy that here is a sunrise or is it a sunset, you know, simple things. So yeah, so I think that's about it. So I invite you with this deck to do your past life reading, to read your past life story. Take it with a pinch of salt. These cards are really simple. The past life stories are very might be much more complicated than this, but take it as a first step, maybe to discover more about yourself, about who you were, whether you believe in past lives or not. It doesn't matter. Okay, so just enjoy your deck. What am I giving you as a nice card at the end here? Yeah, just enjoy your cards. Yeah, enjoy.